Konami just did something that will alter the game's meta state forever. What I have in my hand is a copy of Gorz, the Emissary of Darkness. This one is actually my secret rare from Dark Legends that I believe I picked this up from Bear Cave CCG a few weeks ago. Shoutouts to them for hooking me up with this. So if you guys do not know Gorz, the Emissary of Darkness, it's a 7-star Dark Fiend with 2700 attack, 2500 defense. The effect reads as follows. When you take damage from a card your opponent controls while you control no cards, you can special summon this card from your hand, then activate the appropriate effect based on the type of damage. Battle damage, special summon one Emissary of Darkness token, which is a 7-star light fairy with question mark attack and defense, and its attack and defense are each equal to the amount of battle damage you took. Effect damage, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the amount of damage you took. This card ended up becoming a staple in multiple decks during Edison, during the days of Edison format. Decks like Black Wings, Vayu Turbo, Lightsworn, Twilight, Frogs, Glad Beast, Plant Synchro, all these different decks and more that were played in Edison, Gorz was a staple in. And obviously, if you guys do not know, at the time, it was at 1 in the format. Before it ultimately, I believe, got banned after Edison, if I'm not mistaken. And and it became so crazy. This card became so crazy during the days of Edison format. Even literally Black Wings would abuse this card like it was nothing, because the idea would be to normal summon a copy of Shura the Blue Flame, attack into a monster, use its effect to summon out a copy of Vayu, the Emblem of Honor, and then use Vayu and the Gorz token to go into a level 8 synchro, which there were quite a few level 8 synchros during that time. Cards like Stardust Dragon, Thought Ruler Archfiend, Dark End Dragon, Red Dragon Archfiend, Dark End Dragon I mentioned, Colossal Fighter, just to name a few. And now after 16 years, think about that. Almost 2 decades later, and Konami has just announced a brand new version of Gorz that is going to alter the game's metastate forever. This new version of Gorz will be released in the upcoming OCG set Utility Selection, and it is going to get an overframe, and it is known as Emissaries from Darkness. Which looks so fucking badass. And much like the original Gorz, this one is also a 7-star Dark Fiend with 2700 attack and 2500 defense. However, unlike Gorz, this one has 2 separate effects, which are both once per turn. The first effect reads, if you take battle or effect damage, you can special summon this card from your hands, and if you do, gain 2,000 life points. Then you can apply one of these effects. Special summon one Emissaries from Darkness from your hand, deck, or grave. or destroy up to 2 opponents' attack position monsters. Excuse me. The second effect reads, during the end phase, if this card was special summoned this turn, you can target 1 trap in your grave and set it. Think about this. Okay? Think about this. That card is basically this on steroids. This new version of Gorz is absolutely busted. For one, the big difference between Gorz and this version is that with this version you can have cards on the board to special summon it from your hand. With Gorz, you have to have no cards on your field whatsoever. Literally, no monsters, no field spells, no back row, nothing. Nothing. Not even a token. Literally, not even a token. Excuse me. Which is absolutely insane. Don't get me wrong, okay? Do not get it twisted, right? The original version of Gorz, absolutely busted. 100% is so broken. It is 100% broken. Do not get it twisted. But this version of Gorz, you can take some of your more powerful traps and set them in your back row. That means that cards like Dominus Impulse, Dominus Spark, I think is the other one. Dominus Purge, Infinite Impermanence, Solemn Judgment, and various other power traps. You get to reset them from your grave back into your back row. Think about that, guys. Think about that. This card is absolutely busted. That means that decks like Dark Magician, Clown Crew, Mitsurugi, Cool Tune, a lot of these newer decks that use up a lot of traps are going to abuse the holy shit out of this card, and it's not going to be pretty. It is not going to be pretty. And I said this in my group chat yesterday. I said imagine this card being printed in Edison, and one of the guys was like, yeah, that card would have been banned within a week. And yeah, he was right. He was right. If this card got printed during the days of Edison format, it would have been auto banned, 100% auto banned, or at least limited to one, which is insane, because in Edison there are more traps that you can use than there are in Modern. So for Edison, cards like Pulling the Rug, Dark Illusion, Solemn Judgment, Starlight Road, Bottomless Trap Hole, Dimensional Prison, Skill Drain, Dimension Wall, Royal Oppression, Torrential Tribute, Deck Devastation Virus. What else? Oh my god. Icarus Attack. What's another powerful one? Seven Tools of the Bandit, Royal Decree. A lot of these cards in Edison, if that card was printed in Edison, you'd be able to add those cards back to your back row, which would have been insane. And what would have been even more insane is that because that pot of avarice was was legal during Edison, you could recycle that card back into your deck, draw two, and if you ended up randomly hard drawing it, now you have another trap that you can put back into your back row, which would have been insane. So yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say that this card is definitely going to be busted in so many decks, and people are going to abuse this card like it's nothing at 3 copies, which is going to be absolutely insane. But I can't wait to see how many decks will actually abuse this card like it's nothing. We will have to wait and see. But if you guys think that I am wrong, and you guys think that this card has a different purpose, if you will, you guys can rebuttal in the comments below, and that'll do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.